Uphill and barefoot. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am alcoholic. Today, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. Hope you guys are staying safe and warm with all this weather, and it's like Mother Nature is catching up this winter for all the past winters that we've experienced anyway. So, still very cold and icy and slick outside. So, I was actually thinking over the weekend about how, my parents used to tell me stories, and I'm sure your parents may have told you stories too about, when it came time to go to school, when it came time to go to class, right? They would walk uphill barefoot through 10 feet of snow. And, of course, we would always be like, wow, okay, whatever. We weren't really sure if we believed them or not. But of course, growing up, we'd get that snowstorm where it was a foot of snow or something, and it was so rough and dangerous, and we just didn't want to go. And I relate that. The reason why I share that is because, well, I myself, there are many times where I can tell you about walking uphill barefoot. Not exactly, but the war stories, if you will, of whenever I had to have my booze in situations just like this where I knew a snowstorm was coming or it was going to be a deep freeze set in and you weren't going to be able to get out on the roads. Man, I would go to the liquor store and I would stock up on my alcohol. I'd make sure that I had enough to get me through that time period, whatever time period that might have looked like. At least had enough to get me through to the next time I could get out and make it to the liquor store to buy more booze. I would walk uphill barefoot in 10 feet of snow to get to the liquor store to get my feel, if you will, to get that poison I was pouring down my throat. And for those of you that may be drug users, I'm sure you probably did something the same, if not similar, where you would walk uphill barefoot to make sure you got to your drugs. Again, I did this myself with alcohol. I didn't care. Come hell or high water, I was getting to the liquor store to get my booze. And fortunately, when I came into the rooms of recovery and I started working a program, I started learning all these things about myself. Damn, I was pretty determined, pretty resilient. I didn't let anything stop me or slow me down when it came to getting my booze. Why can't I be like that for my recovery? Am I willing to walk uphill barefoot in 10 feet of snow to make it to a meeting? Am I willing to put myself in that situation where, yes, I'm very uncomfortable. It's cold, it's wet, it's rainy. I don't want to be there. But am I willing to go through all that just to meet with my sponsor, to pick up the phone and have a conversation whenever I may be struggling? And it's a great way to set back and compare, what you would do for your drug of choice, be it alcohol or narcotics, versus what you're willing to do for your recovery. If I was willing to do something so extreme as walking uphill barefoot in 10 feet of snow to go get my booze, should I not also be willing to do that for my recovery? Should I not also be willing to do that to make it to that meeting that I really just don't feel like going to? And I've talked many times on these monologues. My friends and I have always talked about how meetings, if nothing else, take out your 12-step program, take out whatever program you want to be working. If nothing else, it at least makes sense to go to a meeting, to talk with people, to have that dialogue, that back and forth conversation with folks. So you could talk to them and share some of those war stories, so to speak. So you could find out what they're doing to keep clean and sober, so you can maybe try to implement that in your own life. Meetings, if nothing else, meetings are at least a good way to start you down that path and to help at least keep you connected with a group of like-minded individuals. Make no mistake about it. And I've said it, I will continue saying this till I go to my grave. Meetings did not get me sober. Meetings did not keep me sober. The program that I work got me sober, and it keeps me sober. Meetings, they don't factor into that equation. What meetings do, however, for me, is they keep me connected to the people that will hold me accountable, the people that will hold me accountable to that program that I'm working. All my friends, they're aware of the program I'm working. They know what program I'm working, and they hold me accountable. That's the significance of meetings. Meetings keep me connected to the people that are most important in my life. And I want to encourage you, come hell or high water, are you willing to walk uphill in 10 feet of snow barefoot in the middle of a snowstorm to get your recovery? I have to ask myself that on a daily question. This, of course, this time period right now where we're in, it absolutely fits. Yes, I'm willing to make it to those meetings. I'm willing to put that effort into my recovery because, well, after all, we are talking about life and death here. So with that being said, I'm out of time. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I cannot be any more appreciative. We'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take a first drink.